Hello, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're old here, thank you so much for sticking around with me. If you're new, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to sew this Pinterest inspired dress. If it's something you're interested in, please keep watching. Okay, let's go ahead to draft the dress pattern. So first of all, I'm going to make sure that my fabric is enough for my hip measurement. That's hip divided by 4. I'm now going to go ahead to draw a start line. So now I'm going to take my shoulder measurement, which is 15 inches divided by 2. That is 7.5 inches. So after that, I'm just going to go ahead to take my chest line measurement, which is 8 inches, my bust measurement and my half length on the bust measurement, all the horizontal measurements. So just go ahead and mark your horizontal measurements. So I'm going to mark my hip measurement, which is 25 inches, then my dress length measurement. So after, I'm just going to go ahead, before we continue, I'm going to go ahead to cut that out like so. So after doing that, then we'll just go ahead to input our measurement. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead to take my neck depth measurement. That's 3 inches, my neck width 3 inches. So I'm just going to form a curve like so. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead to measure my bust measurement divided by 4. So I'm going to add my sewing allowance and I'm going to mark it like so. And I'm going to do the same thing with my under bust divided by 4 plus sewing allowance, my waist divided by 4 plus sewing allowance, my hip measurement divided by 4 plus sewing allowance. So just mark all your measurements. So I'm going to go ahead to use my curve rule and then join that point together like so. And I'm also going to join my waist to my bust line measurements like so. Okay, so we are done with that. Let's go ahead to measure our shoulder measurement, mark it on your chest line, then draw a straight line. So I'm going to now take my shoulder slope 1 inch, join it to your shoulder line. So I'm now going to divide that whole line by half, then I'm going to come in by ½ inch and then I'm going to use my curve rule to form my armhole curve like so. Okay, because my dress has a sweetheart neck, so I'm just going to do that now. So I'm coming down by 8 inches and I'm just using my French curve to just create that curve there. So that's what I'm doing. Now I'm just going to go ahead to come in by 1 inch, and then I'm going to now adjust my armhole curve like so. We are done with that. Now I'm going to take my hip measurement and then I'm going to take away 1.5 inches. I'm just going to mark it at my hemline. Sorry, my camera didn't get there. So I'm just going to use I'm going to join those points together from my hip to the hem of my dress like so. Then after doing that, we're done with our measurements. We'll just go ahead to cut them out and then we'll go ahead to draft the back pattern. Okay, the back is easy, so I'm just going to go ahead to place my front pattern on a new folded fabric to cut the back pattern. So just that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm just going to place it like so, then I'm going to just cut it out the same shape like my front pattern, but I'm going to leave 1 inch zipper allowance at the other side. So that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so now let's go ahead to open that side. You know that particular side is the zipper allowance. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm opening it up. So now I'm done with that. So I'm just going to go ahead to measure my 1 inch just to confirm that is 1 inch. If it's not 1 inch, so you just have to measure it and then take out the excesses from there. So now I'm done. I'm just cutting that out because mine was more than 1 inch. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead to take my shoulder to my half length and also my shoulder to hip measurement. I'm just going to mark those points because we're going to just take out the excesses from there. So as my half length, I'm taking out ½ inch. Then I'm going to just join that point to my hip line, still at the zipper allowance. So I'm going to do the same thing, take that point up like so. So just watch what I'm doing. Then I'm just going to go ahead to take out that part. So this part is very important as it will help you reduce the bulkiness at the back of your zip. So I'm notching them to just note my point. So yes, we are done with that, and we are done with our back pattern. So we're going to go ahead to sew here at the back. I just want my back to come low a bit, so that's what I'm doing. I'm taking out 1 inch at my back neckline, so I'm just doing that. So yes, we're done with the back pattern, and we're going to just go ahead to drape the sleeve. Okay, so the sleeve, I just folded my fabric into two. So I'm just cutting it out now to just make it equal. So I'm folding it into two, and then I'll just go ahead to fold it again. So now I have 4 pieces of my fabric. So now I'm taking out 3 inches like so, and then I'm forming a curve, 3 inches up and 3 inches down. That's for my armhole. So I'm just slashing the other side open because this other side is still on fold. So now we have a sleeve. So now for my pattern itself, so I just used my pencil to draw out different curves. So whatever design you want, you can just draw it out on your fabric, just the front side, because you're going to be working with that curve. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just drawing out different curves like the way you're seeing me do, so you just can decide what details you want on your dress. So you can just go ahead to draw that using your pencil or your chalk. So yes, that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do that for both my front pattern and my back pattern, and also my sleeve pattern. So when I'm done, we'll just go ahead and start sewing because we are done with our pattern drafting. Okay, so I'm using different bias for this design. So I'm just starting with the red here. So just go ahead to sew on that line or the curve that you had marked. So just go ahead to sew. I'm using my bias first of all to sew the first stitch around the curve. Okay, so then I'm just going to go ahead to turn the bias and then top stitch on the same spot. So just watch the video, just watch what I'm doing. You're going to understand. It's as easy as that. It's like the normal way you do your biasing, but the only difference is that here you're following a particular line or curve that you are drawn. Okay, so I'm done with the red. It's looking good already. So I'm just going to go ahead to do the same thing with the different colors of bias that I'm working with. Then after I'm done, I'm just going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so I'm done. This is what they look like. So I have my sleeve, I have my back pattern and my front pattern. So now I'm just going to go ahead to join the sides together my front and back piece together, then I'll go ahead to work on my sleeve. Okay, we are done with that. So I'm just going to go ahead to work on my sleeve. My sleeve has elastic at the shoulder and it also has elastic at the down part of my sleeve. So I'm folding my sleeve. The shoulder part has, I'm going to be using 1 inch elastic for it. So I'm folding 1 inch for that. Then at the bottom of my sleeve, I'll be using 1/2 inch elastic. So I'm just going to go ahead to fold 1/2 inch for, I'll create an 1/2 inch casing for the elastic. So after that, I'm just going to go ahead to cut out my elastic and then use a safety pin to insert my elastic into the casing, and then we'll go ahead to fix our sleeve on the dress. Okay, I'm done. So here I'm fixing my sleeve to my dress. So I'll just pin the armhole down so that I'll make sure that they match each other. Then I'm just going to go ahead to sew that. So after doing that, I'm now going to go ahead to do the same thing to the other sleeve. Okay, so I'm done fixing my sleeve. So I'll just go ahead to fix my zip. Okay, so this is what it looks like after fixing my zip. So these are the facing for my front and back patterns. So I'm just going to go ahead to use my facing to turn the neckline of my dress. Okay, so this is what it looks like after doing that. Okay, so now I'm done with my slit. I've ironed my slit. So now the last part is just to hem my dress. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just going to fold the hem of my dress. So after folding the hem of my dress, we are literally done with the dress. So I'll just go ahead to iron it, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so we're done with our dress. This is what our dress look like. I really like it. This was a really challenging one and I enjoyed the challenge. So thank you so much for watching till this point. If you are yet to subscribe to the channel, please do so. Like, comment and share my video. Thank you so much. Until I see you on my next video. Bye.